If you're driving, please remember to use your car's Bluetooth speaker while listening to the AM Drive. Sports talk is not worth your safety or the safety of others.
Grab your popcorn and sit back.
Jump the gun. Oh, no, give me more than that. Okay, go this way. That was dumb. We are.
How could I tell you when nobody wants to? Your fatal words I will choke.
Happy Monday! Yes, it is a happy Monday to everyone in the sports universe. It is August 8th. It's 8/8, 2022. This is AM Drive on Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook. And we are right here in your morning face. For Sammy Action, thumbs up, Sammy. I'm Michael Carvel saying, what's up, Sammy?
Good morning. Happy Monday to you. How was your weekend?
It was incredible. Did a lot of stuff that I did not expect to do. And also, Sammy, if you don't mind, I would like to give a... How was your weekend, first of all, before I mention this?
It was great. It was great. Took my kids to see a movie, watched some sports.
What movie?
We went and saw DC Pets, the Rock.
That looks funny. That looks like it would be better than what it looked on previews.
It was actually pretty good. Yeah, my kids really liked it, and my wife and I liked it. So
I'm a Pixar guy. I know it's not Pixar. I don't think it was DreamWorks, but it's like I still like those kind of movies.
Anytime you put animals and superheroes together, I mean, how can it be a bad movie?
So was it I don't want to say the best thing DC has done because you have Dark Knight, but was it up there? Because they haven't done a lot.
It was really good. It was one of their better stories. It really was. I won't spoil anything for you, but
of course not. We're not doing that on the show.
But yeah, I mean, my kids were enthralled the whole time. They sat in their seats, which is always hard when it comes to 6-year-olds. So it was good.
Sammy, that's awesome. I'm glad you mentioned that because I forgot. I was like, I want to see that too. I do want to mention the band BRKN, aka Broken Love. They've been awesome at letting us use that song and the theme song. But I do want to let people know they have a new single out called Forever's Enough. And it's still got this awesome guitar riff. That is a great young band from Canada. I'm so glad Spotify showed me that band. But they've been awesome at letting us use that song for free, when I add. But great band. Highly recommend them, by the way.
Very cool. I'll have to check that out.
Just like yes, go. Alrighty. Our merchandise will support our show by shopping our merchandise at amdrive.online or go to mikeandaarondrive.com, your favorite link, and just click the Our Shop tab. We've got awesome merchandise with our faces, and I keep promising Sammy a face logo, but it hasn't happened just yet. I promise it'll come give it a month, Sammy, and we'll have a special edition with all three of us on there. So thank you, Sammy, for joining the show on AM Drive Online. Support us and Sammy.
Can we make it like a beer stein or something? You guys already have the coffee mug stuff taken. We need something a little bigger.
Maybe like an LED Sammy sign. It says like Sammy Action, and then like you just going like this with a beer. That'd be kind of cool. Like a mug.
Absolutely.
That wouldn't be bad. Oh, you give me ideas. Anyways, as always to start our Monday, let's get to our best and worst of the sports weekend. Sammy, what is your worst?
Oh, man, I hate starting off on such a bad note, but if you know me for any amount of time, you know that nothing gets under my craw more than games decided by instant replay. And it doesn't normally happen in baseball. But this weekend we had a playoff-style matchup between Toronto and Minnesota that ended on a terribly controversial call. No kid grows up thinking, bottom of the ninth, I'm going to drive in the game-winning run. And you hit a sacrifice fly, the guy comes running home from third, the umpire calls him out, and then video replay reverses it, and we have ourselves a winner. It's just such a terrible way to end a baseball game. And I know that was the top of the inning and that, Minnesota had a chance to score in the bottom, but God, why do they have to ruin such enjoyable sports with these replays? It kills me.
Did you agree? It was a catcher interference, correct?
Right, yeah, it wasn't even like a save or out replay. It was a catcher interference. Did he block the plate? And Rocco Baldelli, the coach of the Twins, said, in the 5,000 times this play has happened in the last 5 years, they've never once called that, and you're going to call it to decide a game? I mean, it's just a terrible way to end a game. And they do it in football all the time, and it always annoys the heck out of me. Spontaneous enjoyment is why we watch sports, not to watch some guy under the hood make a determination on a technicality. It's such a terrible way to end a game.
It's almost like they want the AL East, and I'm not saying this is true, but it's almost like they do it just for the AL East to win a game, so it stays the most popular division.
Minnesota's winning their division right as of right now, and so I don't know
Over
that
the Blue
will.
Jays, though.
Yes, the Blue Jays, but I don't like to think of any of this more than just in the moment.
Crap.
I don't think there's any conspiracy to it. I just think I would be much happier as a sports fan if they just scrapped instant replay and let the umpires make a good or bad decision, and let it just be decided on the field one way or the other. The replays that determine outcomes, especially when they're close or in some cases wrong, are just too damning to the sport, and they just take away all the experience from the fans.
I have a great point since you mentioned before the show that you're passionate about this. What about if instant replay was only determined to be used if it was like not a judgmental call? I want like a call of is it black or white? I don't want like, well, referees can interpret it, or in baseball, umpires can interpret it, they interfere. To me, if there is no black and white call, like if in basketball, if a guy and I get slapped on the hand, we ain't calling it. If it was just like a contact here or there, keep the call. But if it's like flat out wrong, I understand that, but not judgmental crap.
I mean, they used to have it that way in football, and then you had the pass interference that wasn't called against New Orleans, and then with the Rams, and now all of a sudden they're like, well, we need to have some way to fix these kinds of egregious mistakes. But my argument's always been, no, we don't, because if it's spontaneous, if we trust the umpires are going to do a good job, we pay them a lot of money, we trust referees are going to do a good job, they pay them a lot of money. If the umpires make a mistake, then so be it. Hundreds of games have been determined by umpires getting things slightly wrong in the past.
Yeah, so why change it now?
Right, but the best part about it is if you're in the stands and you're rooting for a touchdown and a touchdown is scored, you get to stand up and cheer. Now you have to wait. Right now you can't just explode with passion. You have to wait for the video confirmation to make sure the guy didn't have a toe out of bounds on the 6-yard line. Like,
look down the zebras.
Right, it just takes away so much of the experience of being a fan and having fun. Because while I know these games are important, they're still just entertainment. I just want to be entertained.
That's a good point. I'll get to my worst now. So I'm sure I don't know if you've seen this, Sammy, but this play is pretty incredible by DeJounte Murray. I don't know if it was. I think it was like the Drew League. It looks like, but DeJounte Murray, who apparently knows Paolo Banchero, the rookie. Made an insane play that made Paolo just look stupid and foolish. Like, he fakes the shot, Paolo goes for the block, wraps it around his body, and then throws it off the glass and throws it down on top of him. It was one of the most impressive basketball plays you could ever come up with. Like, there's a lot of good dunks out there and a lot of good stuff like that. There are very few times I've seen a play where I was like, that was some skill you may never see again. That was this play. Somehow, DeJounte, who made Paolo look foolish, DeJounte took more exception because he unfollowed Paolo, and then Paolo goes on Instagram and says, oh, well, this guy unfollowed me, so I guess he took it more seriously than I did. DeJounte gets on Instagram and says this, which I thought was just wild. You tried to flex that number one pick crap on me when I've been rooting for you when you were a kid. They're not that much younger and older, by the way. To rebound for me. Don't get on this internet saying nothing. You changed from the humble kid you always was, and I stand on the real crap, okay? And you know, you made it and changed, and I lost all respect. Stay humble. This life you in now is real and ain't no joke. I still want to see you win because that's who I am. DeJounte, that last sentence should not even be there after what you just said, pal. I still want to see you win, but you're changing your fake piece of... He basically calling him the B word without calling him the B word. And you know how guys feel about that in today's society. This is just wrong. So was it Paolo thinks he's made it and he won't work hard now, which I don't find true because he's been incredible so far we've seen? Or is DeJounte just took some trash talk too seriously? I know DeJounte's had problems with injuries, but Sammy... If I say I'm the number one pick and you weren't, who cares? I went to Duke. Get over it. You made a great play and made me look foolish.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
The NBA trash talk game has come a long way from when Larry Bird used to talk trash to the bench as he ran down the court. Now we have all this social media stuff where people can just sound off in the cloud, and it just sort of floats out there forever. I did not see the play, actually. I wanted to look for it, but I got kind of enthralled with other things over the weekend. But yeah, that's some crazy trash talk right there over some Drew Week basketball.
Unnecessary drama.
Yeah,
But I do
really.
love it though for the NBA. I love it for the NBA. It's still my worst because I was just petty.
Yeah, it is free. It's free pay.
How was some good news, Sammy? What was your best news of the weekend?
My best news of the weekend was watching pure dominance dominate. And when I say that, I mean Jacob deGrom. The guy comes off this terrible injury. He's been out all year, shoulder stuff, trying to get himself back to right. Comes back, pitches in the beginning of the week, only throws 70 pitches or whatever it was. And then this weekend he pitches against the Braves, the World Series champion Braves. And he comes out and he just absolutely crushes them. Yeah, I think he had something like 12 strikeouts in the first 4 innings. Like, it just ridiculous amount of swing and misses. His ball was just absolutely electric, and it was so nice to see somebody with that much control, that much flair, and that much strength to just come out and just dominate a team. I mean, it was beautiful. There's been a lot of great pitching performances. This one was a pure joy to watch.
It's also incredible. A couple things about that for me is that Jacob deGrom has been on the Mets for years, and he has stayed the same consistent strikeout dude. And as for his strikeouts, it's like the dude, it's not just looking, it's like swing and miss, you nasty thing, get off my property kind of. Those things are just gross. They're calling him must-watch TV, and for a pitcher that's not named Clayton Kershaw, baseball's got to be infatuated.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully he stays healthy the rest of the year, but that was some of the most beautiful pitching you'll ever see. I mean, it only lasted 5 2/3. They pulled him after he gave up his first hit, which it was a home run, as it turns out. But prior to that, I mean, he was pitching a perfect game with nothing but strike. I mean, it was absolutely incredible. And everything was so electric. The ball was just moving so much.
Incredible. My best is I've been on Facebook more than I have in recent memory. And Facebook can be mean. Not just the WNBA people, but even NASCAR driver Bubba Wallace. And I understand it's not just them. People talk about they hung a noose or whatever. Even before that, this dude was receiving hate for absolutely no reason. I understand he was finished 20th like Danica Patrick. But last week he finished 5th. And this week after winning the poll, Facebook morons, not even just the rednecks, just Facebook NASCAR fans in general. Oh, this guy's Facebook. He won the poll. Nobody cares. He finished 2nd. I'd mention again. A race that you have to be strategic and good at. Kevin Harvick won his 6th Michigan race, which is insane. Snapped a 63-race winless streak, but then Bubba Wallace finished 2nd, led 22 laps. Good for Bubba Wallace, man. But I'm telling you, Michael Jordan has been incredible in NASCAR. I don't know what it is. But he's got a team with Denny Hamlin and Bubba Wallace called 23XI Racing. They're looking good. And shout out Bubba for shutting up Facebook fans. And those guys are some of the most ruthless people I've ever seen. I get banned or suspended for saying loser. Come on, man. Good stuff for Bubba.
Well, our worst of the weekend can always be Facebook's rules. That could be a worst of the weekend every single weekend. But yeah, good on Bubba. That was a great turnout for him. People are just so toxic. It's terrible. We can't just have nice things in this world, right? Everybody has to ruin everything. And you're so right. The toxicity of social media has caused so much disdain across all sports platforms. It's terrible. It's terrible to watch. And so good for people who rise above.
My comment for Bubba, real quick, is that I believe he's great for NASCAR because he's expanding the audience. And for anyone that understands NASCAR, it's getting good right now in terms of format and everything. NASCAR's doing a great job. Fans, do not hinder this because you want to be toxic morons. Just stop it. Let him thrive. Alrighty. Pete Rose. Okay. He was at some celebration of whatever him and the Phillies did. And I just want to read some of the quotes real quick. He said to a lady who asked him about some allegations, some sexual misconduct allegation, he didn't just say it was 55 years ago. He told a female baseball writer It was 55 years ago, babe. He's an 81-year-old man, by the way. He then offered to sign 1,000 baseballs, saying he was so sorry. Too late. He also said, "Who cares what happened? You weren't even born, so you shouldn't be talking about it because you weren't born. If you don't know anything about it, don't talk about it." And by the way, for those that are wondering, he has never officially denied this. Apparently, his lawyer said it was just. The lawyer said, real quick, that so the woman's claims from back then are unverified. They didn't even deny the claims. Go ahead, Sammy.
I mean, they were celebrating something that is 40-something years old, right? So, I meing, he's saying that what happened 55 years ago doesn't matter, but something that happened 40-something years ago matter. I mean, that's what they were celebrating. Why even bother? God, this Pete Rose has not had a good take probably since he was, rushing home in the All-Star game. The guy is just he just perpetuates so much negativity into this world all the time. And he's still the hit king and he still had a great baseball career, but can we just stop showing him on television? I mean, there's no need for this guy to ever be out in the public anymore. Nobody cares about him. And I hope whatever justice can be done regarding this underage sexual assault, I hope it gets to the fullest extent.
Agreed. This is sickening for me. And one last thing I'll say is, as much as I don't want to say as much as, but the little times I've defended him for getting into a Hall of Fame based on his resume and based on like the pettiness of it all, this officially, to me, ends it. Like, baseball writers are petty, and this completely, even if the dude dies, like, whenever, he's not getting in because of this crap. You're 81, you're still saying crap like this. They're not going to let you in, bro. I know he's accepted that, but deep down he wants to be in. This ain't it, pal. It's not how you gain people's respect. As unfair as it may be.
I don't know what the statutory laws were 55 years ago. I'm not sure if he violated those laws or he didn't. But even if he didn't, even if what he did was perfectly legal, in today's world, it's still pretty disgusting. And so there's no reason to defend it. There's no reason to, either say it didn't happen or say there was a different time. And, if it was today, it would be disgusting. I mean, there's so many ways to handle this, but calling a female reporter babe and trying to undermine her question because she's not old enough to understand it. Well, guess what? She probably isn't old enough to remember your team that you're celebrating back in the 80s, but yet she's here covering it. So, give me a break, man. This guy, just put him out to pasture. Let him enjoy his retirement and just stop putting him on camera.
Love it. When we come back, Kareem Hunt has made a trade request. Browns don't care. And also a new game, basically NFL, you do not want to miss. We're right back to the AM Drive on Twitter, YouTube, and Mark Zuckerberg. The AM Drive with Mike and Aaron might be the best morning show ever. If you love the show, shop the merchandise for $26 hoodies, $16 shirts, even $13 mugs. High quality swag for cheap because Mike and Aaron love the fans. The best morning show, the lowest price merch at amdrive.online.
This is Popple, the next generation business card. With just a tap, your Popple instantly shares your digital business card to both iPhone and Android devices. The best part? The other person doesn't need an app or a Popple to receive your info. To pop your info, tap your Popple to the top of an iPhone, the center of an Android, or just scan your in-app QR code. And just like that, all your info is saved to their phone. More connections, more leads, more sales. That's Popple. Download our free app and get your Popple today.
Aren't you the Vice Golf guy?
Yeah. You want an autograph?
Yeah. Actually, I was just wondering if the balls are any good.
The balls are amazing. You look like a Pro Plus guy.
I thought you'd never ask. It's actually better than my old ball.
And it's half the price.
Top performing golf ball, half the price. It's almost stealing.
Quit searching the globe and get your high-performing golf balls at vicegolf.com.
Fanatics.com, the world's largest collection of officially licensed fan gear from all the leagues, teams, and players you love. Shop now and get today's special offer. Fanatics.com, officially licensed everything.
Go to MikeandAaronDrive.com and do what to shop your favorite merchandise, Sammy?
Click on the F.
Click, yes. Yo, that was better. You threw me off. That was great. Great job, Sammy, on the mirror stuff there. Yeah, click the F on MikeandAaronDrive.com. The entire Fanatics experience will be at your disposal. Today's daily deal. You ready for it? How about up to 65% off site-wide? Not just clearance, site-wide. Check it out. Get what you want now. As in college football and football season starts in a month now. Do it. And support the show. And for that, we thank you. Kareem Hunt has requested a trade from the Browns and another Browns offseason move, which has not been very good this year. From signing Deshaun Watson to hearing about Deshaun Watson to denying Baker Mayfield to now saying, no, we're good, Kareem Hunt, as if he wants to play for you. I haven't heard much from Kareem Hunt's side besides that he wants to request a trade. So maybe he won't be petty. But Sammy, Coach Stefanski will not elaborate, but here's what I want to say about this. I'm going to give you 3 teams, Sammy, that I think he could be traded to. Chiefs, if they would do that again, they wouldn't mind a running back right now, especially if Mr. Fumblelots, I used to support that guy too. I forgot his name, but you get it. Number 2, Falcons. I mean, you talking about nothing to lose or nothing to gain or whatever. How about being the only running back besides Cordarrelle Patterson? He's a wide receiver. And then, of course, how about the Giants? Saquon Barkley blows another gasket. Kareem Hunt, that'd be your team, and you've been in New York. Oh, please. Or I don't know, give me the Rams or Rams. Rams already have a abundance anyways. But I'm just saying, Chiefs, Falcons, or I see Falcons and Giants are my 2 favorites.
I mean, I don't think anybody's going to trade for him, right? And I don't really even know why he's requesting a trade. His contract's up after this year. He'll be an unrestricted free agent. So his best bet to a payday is having an absolutely monster year. And in offense, he's comfortable where they have a niche for him. I don't know that he's going to get more production out of another team than he currently has in his current team. So the request for a trade makes really no sense to me. I know that he probably wants to win, and they probably won't win this year. It might be a lost season if Deshaun Watson gets a full year suspension. But in terms of his contract situation, this is his best opportunity to shine, and he really should. In a Deshaun-less year, he will be a focal point on that offense. So I don't really understand what his management is saying in terms of asking for a trade. I also don't think anybody really will want to trade for him in this moment. Learning a new playbook at this late in the stage is kind of difficult for these guys, and I don't know. It seems like a nothing burger to me. I don't know. Maybe just need some attention.
Great idea. Love your take there. I want to move on because we have an awesome game to play that's going to focus more on the NFL. It's called Describe This Quarterback in 3 words or less because I don't know a better name for it or a simpler name. So, for you, Sammy, you're here Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, which means you'll be doing the NFC East today, AFC East tomorrow, and then Wednesday we'll probably do NFC South. So just be prepared for that. And for those of you listening or watching, thank you for that as well. So, NFC East today. And Sammy, I'm going to love this. 3 words or less. You don't have to describe him. You can also say what you think of when you hear his name. So we'll start with the Big Blue, the Giants. Daniel Jones. Sammy, 3 words or less.
Last place legacy. The Daniel Jones is... Look, I like the guy. I like the guy as a talent, right? This is one of the worst first-round pick quarterbacks I've seen, in terms of a guy who's starting and getting productive reps and just has not been productive on the field. This guy stinks. I mean, this team stinks. They're going to finish last in that division. I don't see any future for Daniel Jones and the Giants. I could be very wrong here, but God, he has just never shown anything other than meh.
How about 2023 NFL starter? Because Brian Dable's season is here. If there's anybody who could fix their quarterback, it's the guy who just fixed Josh Allen. Remember when Josh Allen was just a big arm and, an athletic guy, Blake Bortles or Jameis Winston? Well, he fixed him. Josh Allen is an MVP favorite right now because of Brian Dable. And I guarantee you that Jason Garrett's I'm going to feel sorry for Mac Jones this year if Jason Garrett has anything to do with that offense in New England, I think Daniel Jones is going to flourish and shut up everybody that's not named Sammy and Sammy too.
Oh, he can. I would love for him to shut me up too. But what is flourish for you? I mean, is flourish 8-9 for the season? I mean, what is a good season for Daniel Jones even look like at this point?
Personally, I would say for him, throw 25 plus touchdowns, throw 10 max interceptions. I mean max, and that's if like you get a few tips in there, and don't fumble, and we'll be fine. Which I think is attainable for Daniel Jones. He's going to show enough to me. Even if, I think Brian Dable can work with this guy, and from what I've heard from other guys from former Giants, I think Golden Tate or whatever, he said he believes Brian Dable's going to unleash Daniel Jones. I don't know what unleashing him does, but it's got to do something. It's got to bite something, right?
I mean, if you're saying his ceiling is less than 2 touchdowns a game, which is what 25 is, a touchdown and a half,
I didn't say it was ceiling. I said it was the first one with Brian Dable.
Yeah, good season. I can see a good season being 25 touchdowns too. I just don't think that's a very good season.
How about 30-10? Is that cool?
That if he can go 30-10, that'd be a pretty good season for him. I will take the under, and we can bet lunch.
Oh, I like that. I'll come to Vegas. Oh, how about this? Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Hurts is Lamar Jackson Jr.
Ooh, I like it.
This is a guy who I think will explode this year. I really like this team. I think that given their offensive weapons, if this is not the type of year where he can start showing some firepower, I know they're not sold on him in Philly, but I think they should be. I think he's going to be good. I think he's going to have a good season.
It's funny because when you mention Lamar Jackson Jr., that's what I think of because I use the term hard worker, and that's what Lamar Jackson Jr. would be. Every time I doubted Lamar, every time I've doubted Jalen Hurts, they've gotten better at something. Whether it be a little bit more accurate, a little bit better decision making, Jalen Hurts is going to be just fine. And I love Carson Strong, who's on that offense as well. But if his knees cannot hold up and Jalen Hurts is going to prove me wrong again, so be it. And shout out again to Nick Sirianni, who was crucified by the media and made the playoffs. Hard worker is my favorite for Jalen Hurts. How about Dak Prescott? 3 words or less.
Last chance.
Oh,
I think that window is closing. I think they've had a good run for about 6-7 years. They've had this core offense together, but now you can start seeing getting chipped away. And he loses his number one receiver. Now this is probably the last decent year he'll get out of Zeke. I mean, I think this is probably his last chance, at least in Dallas, to make a run at it. And I don't think they're going to do it, but I think they have enough talent to at least try. This is a good team, but the window is closing.
Let's be real. You could use the term window is closing. You could use the term, what did you just say? Last chance. How about time is short? All 3 of those apply here. Underperforming big moments again, Dak. Cowboys fans will start calling for, I don't know about your head, they might call for your shoulders and start going up from there. Because here's the thing, Dak. Cowboys are going to keep you around because they didn't get rid of Tony Romo until his back gave out. They're going to keep you around maybe after this season, but they will not like you. Okay? I like Dak. I root for Dak, but Zeke ain't getting any younger. And he ain't getting any skinnier. Come on, Dak.
Dak, I think, was a 3rd or 4th round draft pick. He wasn't supposed to be good. He's overachieved in his career.
But now it's time to keep overachieving again.
But his teams have underachieved, right? Because if he's become good, his teams haven't been good with him. And, he's put up some big numbers, and unfortunately, it hasn't correlated to any sort of playoff appearances or wins. And, I kind of feel badly because no one thought he was going to be good anyway. He was supposed to be a backup kind of guy. He's really done well for his career. But, he better figure it out sooner. It's not going to get any better.
Last one here, and then we got to wrap it up. Carson Wentz, 3 words or less.
Criminally underrated.
Wow.
This is a guy, everybody thinks he's so terrible. He had a good year last year, and he was an MVP candidate in years past. This is a decent quarterback. I'm not saying he's going to win the MVP this year. I'm not saying this team is going to make the playoffs. But for people to be so low on this guy, a top 1st-round draft pick, an MVP candidate, and a guy who had a good year last year despite some bad hiccups, it pains me that people hate him so much. He's not a bad quarterback.
Sammy, as much as I love you and as much as I have, as much as I was saying the exact same thing you were last year, Good luck, DC. I tried so hard to defend him, and he wet his pants. In every crucial moment, I expected him to thrive. He made me be like a Mike said it, not so first, okay? I was in your shoes. Trust me, you don't want him on any of your teams. I don't know what happened to him, but he's scared, deer in headlights, tries to do too much. He's a gamer. He should be less than that. Numbers don't do it for me when you have the Colts as your roster. Sorry, Sammy. Come down to earth with me.
We'll see. You were just talking about Daniel Jones having a good year at 30-10. I'm pretty sure Carson Wentz was somewhere close to 30-10 last year.
Watch your mouth. Hey, I'm going to let Sammy go. Please reminder to give him a shout out. Let us know what you think about how he's doing. I think he's doing great, by the way, but you guys give him a letter grade. Don't do that. Don't do that. But Sammy, I will see you tomorrow for more of this and some Top 5 Tuesday. On the other side of this break, I'll talk about Cale Gundy. We're right back. Bye, Sammy.
Bye, my friend.
The AM Drive with Mike and Aaron might be the best morning show ever. If you love the show, shop the merchandise for $26 hoodies, $16 shirts, even $13 mugs. High quality swag for cheap because Mike and Aaron love the fans. The best morning show, the lowest price merch at amdrive.online.
This is Popple, the next generation business card. With just a tap, your Popple instantly shares your digital business card to both iPhone and Android devices. The best part? The other person doesn't need an app or a Popple to receive your info. To pop your info, tap your Popple to the top of an iPhone, the center of an Android, or just scan your in-app QR code. And just like that, all your info is saved to their phone. More connections, more leads, more sales. That's Popple. Download our free app and get your Popple today.
Aren't you the Vice Golf guy?
Yeah, you want an autograph?
Yeah. Actually, I was just wondering if the balls are any good.
The balls are amazing. You look like a Pro Plus guy.
I thought you'd never ask. It's actually better than my old ball.
And it's half the price.
Top performing golf ball, half the price. It's almost stealing.
Quit searching the globe and get your high-performing golf balls at vicegolf.com.
Fanatics.com, the world's largest collection of officially licensed fan gear from all the leagues, teams, and players you love. Shop now and get today's special offer. Fanatics.com, officially licensed everything.
Welcome back to the AM Drive on Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook on this wonderful Monday. If you host a podcast or running small business, it's hard spreading the word. Friends want to check it out, but I'll be honest, you guys won't. So it's time to grow your brand and our brand with Popple, P-O-P-L. And when you can get your Popple, okay, so what is Popple? That's better. I'm sorry, Popple. Popple is an easy-to-use but high-tech digital business card. You can get your Popple using the code AMDRIVE for 20% off. Set up your links and share. People you share with will not even need a Popple or the Popple app, so it makes you that much better and more efficient. So when you get your popcorn, good Lord, and pops like a keychain or credit card form, enter the code AMDRIVE in all caps, no spaces for 20% off your order on popl.co. I'm so sorry for ruining that ad read. Okay. I do not like ranting, but it seems like every single time Sammy leaves, I've got something else to talk about in sports. So, Cale Gundy, the little brother of Mike Gundy, the Oklahoma State coach, obviously, is the Oklahoma Sooners football assistant and played quarterback for the school from 1990 to 1993. Okay. So Cale noticed a player who was supposed to be taking notes during a film session was distracted, and he picked up the player's iPad and read the words on the screen, including an unspecified term. Worst came to worst, backlash came to backlash, stupidity came to cancel culture, and he steps down. In the statements from first Cale Gundy, he said, I did not even realize what I was reading. As soon as I did, I was horrified. I want to be very clear. The words I read aloud from that screen were not my words. What I said was not malicious. It wasn't even intentional. Still, I'm mature enough to know the word I said was shameful and hurtful, no matter my intentions. Brett Venables said, it's with sadness that I accept Coach Gundy's resignation. He's dedicated more than half of his life to Oklahoma football and has served our program and university well. We're thankful for that commitment. We also acknowledge that this is incredible. Then stepping aside, he's placed the program and the welfare of our students, athletes first. Are you kidding me? I do not like talking about this. But my response to that being, to him being canceled so much he steps down, the year 2022 is officially canceled. How about that? As in all of you moron inbreds who believe that when somebody says one thing, that means they are a terrible person, forget you and get off the planet. What is wrong with society? This guy has been at the Oklahoma University for decades. For decades. And people see him read one word from that's not even his own, trying to make an example of somebody. This is just like if I was a math teacher and I went up to a second grader and said, hey, what'd you just write down, Tommy? And Tommy wrote down, I ate poo-poo. And I read it aloud to the class. Is it embarrassing for the kid? Yes. Should I be fired? Should I step down? Should I be told that I might eat poo-poo too? No. No, no, no. In a locker room, this is even less serious because it's a locker room. It's a film session. It's a bunch of football players. So what morons in that room decided that it was cool to make him leave? Because that's what you did. That's what you did. You made him feel so bad about what he said from your own iPad, from your own conversation, that you cost him his career and his life. Congratulations. There has got to be something done. This is so stupid. What if he was reading iFunny? What if he was reading a text from another player to another player? Should that player be canceled because he read the text message and laughed, reacted to it, huh? Because that's what we're doing now. If my friend decides to say the N-word and I read it, should I be crucified? When is it going to stop? The player was supposed to be taking notes. He obviously had the term on his iPad. So why does he not get ramifications from this? What did he do? What did Cale Gundy do wrong? Tell me. There is no way to slice this to show me that he was wrong. You're lying. It's sickening. This has to happen in sports. All this crap on social media of, oh, you're a horrible person. Man, get out of your own skin. Go outside and play, man. Life ain't Twitter. Life ain't Facebook. Life ain't TikTok. Grow up and leave us alone. I'm so tired of these people, man. They're turning good people into pitiful people based on public perception. Why? What, is Cale Gundy a bad dude now? If Cale Gundy was that bad of a dude, we would have heard about it. So what happened? What changed? I'll tell you what changed. The calendar turned and people got more sensitive. I can't stand you people, man. I love people. But this makes me not love people, man. This is so stupid. the longest tenured coach in college football, has had probably an unblemished resume, played for your own school, and your sorority nerds got together and canceled him. Congratulations, Oklahoma. And for Brent Venables to say that stepping aside is the best for the program and welfare? Are you kidding? What one word in any dictionary will affect the welfare of a student athlete? Especially one the student athlete used himself. What word? I would love to know it because I've never heard it before. You're kidding me. Oh my Lord. Follow the AM Drive on AM Drive TV on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Tomorrow's show's top 5 baseball teams, top 5 college football players ever, and describe this quarterback in 3 words or less. AFC East. You guys sick of me, man. I hate social media. I hate everyone that resides on social media right now. You guys should be ashamed of yourselves, man. What a stupid time to be alive, man. What a stupid, man. This is, I'm no words. I'm sorry, Cale Gundy. I'm sorry. It's pathetic, man. I have no words anymore for whatever that is.